Everyone respects the people that are the best in their craft. These people spend hour after hour, day in and day out, perfecting themselves to be better than the rest. But everyone loves the underdog, the underrated guys. The type of people that do just as much as the hard work, but don't get the recognition. In this video, we're going to be going over some of those underdogs, some of the most underrated decks of this format post Master Rule 2020. This is going to be really exciting because the Forbidden List did change the landscape of Yu-Gi-Oh! And so did the new Master Rule. But these decks are definitely coming for the throne. As always, if you guys want to see more videos like this, then be sure to destroy that like button, but also let us know down below in the comment section what was your favorite deck from this list, or maybe a strategy that I missed. The first strategy on this list is a really powerful combo-based deck, and DDD. Now, I know DDD stands for Different Dimension Demon, but those Ds can stand for something else, like Dynamic Deck of the Dentry. The dentistry. Did they like fuck up their teeth or something? Or like, did I mean century but with a D? Are they duds now? DDD is an insane combo deck that synchro summons better than synchro decks at time. Being able to make a Siegfried and a Crystal Wing with ease is an incredible feat. Having access to negate your opponent's spell and trap cards and their monster effects can be done in 2 and 3 card combos. With extended combos, you can actually use Crystron Needle Fiber for what it is, a monster that can get you into your extensive combos, but on your opponent's turn allows you to synchro summon even more to disrupt their boards. DDDs are amazing. The very first deck to synchro summon, pendulum summon, Xyz summon, and fusion summon with ease. Well, not necessarily with ease, but the deck does it, and it's kind of cool. Sky Striker is another strategy that is completely underrated. It got a huge boost by the April 2020 Forbidden List, receiving Meta Widow Anchor to 2, Mecha Widow Anchor, Meta, wow man. We're not going that far back. Which allows you to snatch your opponent's monster and negate its effect. Imagine having a mind control that was just previously limited and a Forbidden Chalice in one card. Zeke being the next step for the Sky Striker deck, now having a Link 2 monster can win a monster on your opponent's side of the field and give itself an additional attack. While Rose is another Sky Striker monster. I don't even want to tell you how huge it is just by having another Sky Striker monster, seeing that they only have 1 and now they have 2. With more control cards combined with Widow Anchor, the deck can actually have a control style like deck that isn't too inhibited by the Forbidden List. I watch out for those Sky Strikers. They might strike you out the sky before you crash and burn. And Damien players may feel a little slighted when I say that they are an underrated deck as opposed to one of the best decks, but I can say whatever I want to right now. Meshach isn't here.
There go Meshach.
Don't play with me like that. Regardless, Damien is an awesome deck, whether you rate it on either list. It has the opportunity to prove itself as an underrated deck, and it very much can. Mythical Beast Jackal King can negate monster effects no matter where they are. Hand, field, graveyard, deck, extra, it don't matter. Jackal King can stop it. And Damien, Mighty Magister of Magic, Big Daddy Damien is probably the best board breaking card in Yu-Gi-Oh! This deck has something really special to it. It's finally a spellcaster Damien deck as opposed to some weird pendulum deck that revolves around Electromite. I think that it's great at setting up going first, making some huge negate boards, but even going second, it can break your opponent's strategies and proceed with its own game plan. This deck is too strong. Now that we have talked about both DDD and Damien, we can move to the less complicated decks to play. And this actually got a reprint inside of the Duel Overload set if you decide to use it. Grid Maju is amazing. I mean, seriously, talk about one of the more simpler decks. Just banish as many cards as you can and summon Grid Maju to your side of the field. Forehead, this monster will typically be around 8800 attack and can one-punch any monster on the side of the field, obliterating the rest of your opponent's life points. If you guys do want to play that new card that I was talking about, Golden Castle Strongbird is amazing for the strategy. The deck doesn't quite use its normal summon much, but when it does, being able to have access to Hex True to your side of the field, which can attack multiple monsters and get rid of cards, gives you easier access for the rest of your deck. Also, the Golden Castle allows you to banish 10 cards from your deck. I mean, that's exactly what you want to do with this deck. Grid Maju is awesome. Think of it as a simple deck that summons really big monsters. But not bigger than Dino. Nothing's bigger than Dino. When we think of anime-themed decks that actually come into competitive relevancy, one would think what? Dark Magician, Blue Eyes, maybe even Red Eyes. Unfortunately, none of those are on the underrated list. Go ahead and comment down below on how trash this list is for you Dark Magician and Blue Eyes players. Fortunately, there is another strategy to make the list in Buster Blader. Now, Buster Blader is amazing because you can negate all of your opponent's monsters on your side of the field. As long as you summon the Buster Swordsman Destruction Fusion Mega Monster that gains attack and turns all of your opponent's monsters dragon, but also summon Dragon Buster to your side of the field. The deck can also lock the opponent out of the extra deck, so that's also an amazing thing. Something that probably should have been on the Forbidden List, but I ain't complaining. The deck can make some terribly awesome boards. Imagine being able to negate all of your opponent's monsters and lock them out of the extra deck. You can follow up with your Buster Blader monsters to attack for game. Now, we are still in a graveyard-reliant format, so where would I be if I said Infernoids were not an underrated deck? Infernoid's monsters effects consist of DD Crow, DD Crow, DD Crow, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, with the ability to negate the activation of opponent's spell, trap, and monster effects, as well as banish them. You also have the ability to Layer of Darkness, meaning that you ain't even gotta tribute your monsters, tribute your opponent's monsters in place of your own to stop their own card effects. Monster Gate is still at 3, so proceed to send all of those Infernoid monsters to the graveyard, and I haven't even talked about the best card, the Land of Imagination and Void Imagination, allowing you to send multiple Infernoid monsters from your deck to the graveyard, and all your opponent has to do is play a monster special summon from the extra deck. Infernoid is a bully of a deck. Don't forget about them, because they won't forget about the meta. Mecha Knight. Whoa. Oh, who could forget about Mecha Knight? Yes, it got weaker because of Master Rule 2020. In fact, it didn't even happen. I don't know what you guys are saying, but the freedom to place cards on the columns means the easier for Mecha Knights to line those columns up and special summon a mech. Now, in theory, you won't be able to have that 3-column card if your opponent doesn't play any monsters like Lynx, but you still have a good opportunity to make those 2-column cards, which means your Mecha Knight Blue Sky can search you 2 Mecha Knights. The deck has always struggled going first, but I mean, going into Master Rule 2020, there's going to be an amazing amount of decks that want to go first. Mecha Knight did get a little bit of a boost from the Lip card as well, being able to search World Legacy Secrets. This is one of the more powerful decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! And should not be underestimated, especially since it can be an engine in so many other strategies. When I tell you guys about underrated, this strategy will blow your mind. You're gonna be like, Cali, whoa, you went there. This strategy is actually really good and no one pays attention to it. It got a huge boost in Master Rule 2020 because it was already a great deck before Master Rule 4. It's Lightsworn. Who would have thought Lightsworn in 2020 would be somewhat viable? But hear me out, ladies and gentlemen. Minerva the Exalted Lightsworn is one of the best Link 4 monsters in the game. It allows you to send monsters from your deck to the graveyard, but upon its destruction, it allows you to destroy cards depending on the Lightsworn monsters that you send. Also, you can draw Lightsworn cards from its detaching effect. The deck is amazing at rank 4, probably not as adept as Lunalight or even Raid Raptors, but the deck is still really good. And I haven't even got to talk about Judgment Dragon actually being able to fit the requirements while not playing any bad Lightsworn cards. I can't believe I'm saying this in 2020, but Lightsworn is an underrated deck. If you guys want to see a video, you already know what to do with that like button, and let us know down below in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, I know you're gonna make that thumbs up blue, but go ahead and comment down below in the comment section. What was your favorite part? What was the strategy that I missed? Or, I know you want to see that Lightsworn video because I got one in the works. As always, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Stay safe like I am. I actually like to live on the dangerous side, but you know. I mean, my middle name is Cali. Duh.